Welcome to London. This is Tower Hill, right next to the City of London. And this up here was my very first apartment. Let me show you. Right up. Those 3 windows right at the top there was my very first apartment. And this little walkway, aside of the Doubletree Hilton at Tower Hill, is called Savage Garden. And the station and the arches you can see here are to do with Fenchurch Street station, which is a very traditional, well-known station. And this pub is probably one of the oldest pubs here in Tower Hill, called Cheshire Cheese. And you see this sign on this wall, crushed fries, always makes me laugh. The walkway, aside of the Doubletree Hilton at Tower Hill, is called Savage Garden. And the station and the arches you can see here are to do with Fenchurch Street station, which is a very traditional, well-known station. And this pub is probably one of the oldest pubs here in Tower Hill, called Cheshire Cheese. And you see this sign on this wall, crushed fries, always makes me laugh. I love this part of London. And look, see, I'm not making it up. Where I lived was Savage Gardens, number 5. So I'm going to take you on a little walk around this part of London. I love the City of London. It's a square mile, and there's only those people within that square mile can say that they live in the City of London. And you do get certain rights if you live and are a resident in the City of London. More than any other areas, unusual little things as well. It's an amazing lot of buildings. This is Fenchurch Street station here. A lot of insurances, a lot of banks, a lot of American businesses as well. Lots and lots of businesses, beautiful places to eat, very cosmopolitan, lots and lots of different types of food. My favourite restaurant is here, a Thai restaurant. I might have to go this evening. You will all should know what this could be. Let me show you. So I'm going to take you on a little walk around this part of London. I love the City of London. It's a square mile, and there's only those people within that square mile can say that they live in the City of London. This building right there, it's probably one of the most well-known buildings within the City of London, called the Gherkin. Let me show you this. This is Lloyd's Avenue House. Now, if you don't know anything about Lloyd's Insurance, Lloyd's were the biggest insurers, centuries old. And one of the biggest things they did, Lloyd's would insure boats. That was ships, rather. One of the things Lloyd's did as well. I just love it here. And this is all on the Circle and District line. It's very easy to get to. London Tube System is on a huge, big outer circle. That's a Circle and District line, hence the name. And it's very easy to get around. You've got buses, you've got tubes, you've got legs, feet. That's a fantastic view of how they've squashed the Gherkin in between all the other buildings here. You get really quirky, old-fashioned pubs, and then brand new, just built around it. There are so many pubs in this area alone. Some really brand new eateries, and you can probably hear the noise. This is only a Thursday evening. And what you find in the City of London, which you probably do in most cities, straight after work, people go for a drink, socialise, downtime because you work very long hours here in the city, extremely long hours. Now here is another building I lived in. It was probably, I think, my second apartment, and it was literally this first floor here, that big window and that small window. It was a one-bed apartment and it was so expensive. It was unreal. But it was worth it because you were right in the city centre. You had no transport costs. And I'm just going to take you down a little alleyway. And there's a very quirky little pub. A very old little pub called the Old Tea Warehouse. And it was all sort of lodgings, boarding lodgings. And it's really full of people who come for drinks. Just up there, look, right in the middle. And there's some beautiful buildings around it where people would have lived to do with the tea warehouse, which they've converted to the most gorgeous apartments, serviced apartments. So if you do want to come and stay right in the City of London, look up Cree Church Apartments, and they are really beautifully done. This is St Helen's Church, right in the middle of the city, surrounded by all these beautiful modern buildings and old buildings together. Now this building here is a feat of engineering in itself. Look at the lifts. So many lifts going up and down permanently all day. To say it's called the Leadenhall building, and look how tall that is. Just unreal. All day, every day, lifts up and down. Is Lloyd's. Look at the size and scale and detail of this most unbelievable building. It's incredible. Now just through there where you can see the lights and the arched roof, that was the original Leadenhall market. Now this little area around here is called Monument. And you're right, there is a monument here. I have to say, I love this little area. I always wanted to live in this little bit. It's like its own little mini village within a whole area of the City of London. And you have these little quirky walkways. So the era of this area was all to do around the Great Fire of London. And this is why Monument is so named. And you can go up it. You can go up, round, all the stairs, tight little corkscrew stairs, right to the top, because there is a viewing platform. Just saying, if you want to go. I love the way they've kept some of the original names of the streets and put them up on the street where it was, even though it's a modern building. And it's called Fish Street Hill. Wonder what they sold here. And the reason this would have been Fish Street Hill, Fish Hill Street, because right at the bottom of here is where the Thames is. The huge big river that runs through the whole of the central London. But that is not the only river that ran through the centre of London. There is another river called the River Fleet, which runs underneath, literally walking over it, directly underneath. And if you put it on YouTube or you put it in on Google, go and have a look and it'll tell you all about it. Now some people have been down to see it. I'm absolutely sure Tony Robinson's been. Don't know why I think that. I'm sure I saw a programme. I even think Stephen Fry has been down, because he's actually has the freedom of the city, which means I believe he can sell sheep on London Bridge. Quirky, but true apparently. So now we are at the River Thames. This is the Thames walk you can do, literally the majority of the way along the Thames. And there is a very, very well-known building on the south bank, literally opposite us. Let me show you. Oh, and a police boat as well. Let's see what's happening. London Bridge Hospital You can do ferry trips, restaurants on the boats, drinks, Uber boat across there, and that's the south of the river. And that, if you don't know, is Belfast. Tower Bridge. I just find this area absolutely fascinating. And then we have the bridge, a huge bridge, London Bridge. But if you ever get an opportunity, do go up to the Shard, to the top, and have a drink. So here you are, a beautiful view of the Thames. It's a busy waterway. Taxi boats, restaurant boats, Uber boats, police boats, and still cargo boats. Old Billingsgate Walk is a Billingsgate market, fish market. Did you know London has little beaches? Look, if you were feeling rather brave and were allowed to. But there is actually a little beach, a couple of little beaches. Smells absolutely fishy. This area has been used for so much filming, it's incredible. One of the things I remember them filming here was a series on ITV, English channel, called The Bill, and it was about police. It was all to do with the police in the City of London. And they filmed down here many, many times, finding bodies, heads, legs, arms, whatever it may have been. What a fantastic view. Wanting something different to do in the winter, these are like your own personal little igloos to dine. So you could have your own private dining. And I have to say, these came into their own during COVID, because you could come out and dine on your own, all nice and cosy, in these beautiful pods. It's only fitting, I think, to finish the little City of London tour, Tower Hill, Tower Bridge, to finish it with nothing better in the world than this magnificent building. I don't think there's even the words to describe it. Now, if you don't know what that is, I'm not telling you. There's so many things to come and do here in London. Even just for a few days, there's an awful lot to pack in. But definitely come and visit here. But people live and work in here. The beefeaters, the guards, the families live in there as well. What a place to live. Can you imagine? You're right on the Thames. It is a magnificent building. Do visit if you're coming to London. Well, there we are. That's your mini little tour of brand new to old to very old to extremely old buildings here in the City of London. Thanks for coming. Have a fabulous rest of your day.